Here we are back at Tumley Loft Stud, 2 days after the Blackpool weekend. It's Tuesday, and just got a couple of minutes to do this video featuring the birds that I previously shown in an earlier video about the speed of maturity of the sprint pigeons over the distance birds. We're in the sprint section, the Leonboars section here. Box 2, 3, 4, all Leonboars pairs, the whole section's the same. But in box 2 we've got a pair of Leonboars with their youngsters, 3 pair of Leonboars with their youngsters, but box 4 is a pair of Leonboars parents with a pair of Janardan youngsters. Ringing stage, there was a definite difference between the pairs that were laid on the same day, which was 3 and 4, whereas box 2 were laid and hatched a day later than 3 and 4, and they were around about the same maturity as the Ardens in box 4, even though they were a day behind. So we paired up on the 1st of December. I think it's around about the 20th of January now, nearly due for these birds to be weaned. So we're going to have a look to see how the birds have matured now, as we've had requests to carry on featuring these birds to see the difference between the speed of maturity. So we'll go to these in the middle here, box 3. So nice pair of boars. See the cock on the left and the hen on the right, I'd say. So best way of telling really is to have a look under the wing, and as we can see there, practically all the feathers are out. This evening they'll be fully covered and ready to wean. Probably won't wean till tomorrow or the day after, because we want to wean a nice few together since we've had a couple of minus degree nights. But a nice young cock coming on. And you can see I'll bring him out a bit closer to the front in a minute, but all the feathers around his beak, just a couple there waiting to pop out, but not very many. And then the hen here, the same. Haven't looked at these before, so this is all live, could all go wrong. So we'll bring this nice cock to the front so you can see hopefully the difference. I mean, there's obviously going to be a size difference because these are sprint birds, so we expect them to be nice and big and powerful compared to an Ardent. He's going to stand a bit puffed like that, but there you go. You can sort of get lovely mature, like I say, around the face and the beak. You can see all popped out. Look at a picture if you'd actually stand nice. But there you go. And so they were laid a day and hatched a day before this pair here. Obviously you can see these are slightly different size and shape to the other one, but probably see that these are a little bit behind in terms of maturity of the other two. Certainly around the face you can see a few more feathers to pop out. So we'll have a look under the wing here. Unfortunately I'm blocking the light from the outside, so it's not so good to see, but there you go. Not a lot of difference, but enough. You can see up under there's a few more feathers to come out. It's a bit difficult to do all this one-handed. I don't think we've got very good focus, but you can see there's a difference between the one I've just saw, the ones I've looked at, and this one here. So, but they were laid and hatched a day later after this pair. So we'll go over to this pair here. So these are a pair of Leonboars parents, but the youngsters are Janardans. So they were laid the same time as box 3, but at ringing they were a day behind, about 24 hours behind. As you can see as well, their mannerisms are slightly different, showing a little bit not so much maturity, much more still wanting to be in the nest and nice and like to see a bit of passion in the birds. Can't really see his face too well because he's puffing up so much, but fairly similar to the pair in box 2 around the face. It's not coming out very well on the camera, but we'll have a look under the wing, see what we like here. Hold tilt. Oh, he's going to move out of the way. We'll try this one then. He's laid down. Oh, I'm blocking the light terrible. Hang on, see if I can swap hands. Sorry, not very professional this. But there you go, very similar to the ones that were laid and hatched a day later of this. So I'd still say there's about 24 hours between these two pairs. You can see down here a few more of the feathers to come out down by the legs. So I'd have no hesitation at weaning box 4 in a couple of days, but certainly box 3, which is this pair, would be easy enough to wean today. So I think that shows fairly clearly, as best as I can with a mobile phone and in not ideal conditions likewise, that there is a difference between the maturing speed of a sprint family and a distance family. These, I mean, they are much smaller than the pair next to them, but you would expect that from a well, completely opposite end of the scale. We recommend the boars up to 300 miles, and these really won't get going till about 400 miles. So this is a nice little experiment that I've never been able to do before. It's just by chance that it's worked out like this, and nice to finish off to show that I think fairly clearly that there are differences between the maturing speeds. And okay, this is only a one-off that I'm showing you. You could say, well, it's a one-off in the feeding of the parents, etc. But I've noticed it over many years. Our Ardens are always a day behind at ringing. When we know that we can get a pair of rings on a pair of Liam Boar's babies, they'll definitely stay on. Other occasions, or on most of the other time, we'd have to leave the Ardens a day later to make sure the rings don't come off. Anyway, I hope that's been good for everybody to see that. More than welcome to ask questions. And like I say, we're due to wean very soon. Well, I was going to show you the oldest pair in here, which were laid on the first. Where are they? Well, there's one in here of the boars. He's hiding in there. There you are, really ready, due to come away. I think this pair laid on the 6th or something of December. But the nest mate is popped out and on the floor. Somebody else. Probably the best way to show this one. Cracking little youngster. Probably a hen. Cock's on the floor in there. Anyway, I shall sign off for now. Hopefully got a couple more videos coming if I get a chance in the next few weeks. But a really busy period coming up because we've got all the babies to wean towards the end of this week. There'll be quite a lot coming away. So time's tight. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and interesting to see, even for me as well, that I'm not going crazy, that the boars, sprint birds, do mature quicker than the distance birds. Oh, I wish this would stand the right way around because it's looking, there you go, well ready to wean anyway.